what do you think of when I say bluegrass music? Singer Allison Krauss described it as, quote, music that finds its way deep into your soul. And our next guest might agree with that. He's one of the founding members of the bluegrass band Sideline, touring the world and injecting bluegrass music deep into souls for 2 decades now. We are happy to have with us this morning guitarist and singer Skip Cherryholmes from the band Sideline. Skip, thanks so much for talking to us today.
Hey, thank you so much, Clyde, for having me today. It's very exciting.
Good. So let's talk about your early musical interest. You started at a young age. What was your music journey like?
So I'm from Los Angeles, California originally, and when I was 9 years old, my family experienced a passing. My sister passed away, and music was kind of our bonding agent. My parents were really big into music at the time. I'd never played music before that time, but we used music to kind of pull the family together, and with no intention of it being anything more than like a family hobby, it eventually became a career. My family and I toured all over the world for about 13 years, performing just, all kinds of different venues. And we had an amazing run. And then my parents wanted to retire. And that's when Sideline was born. But the music was and still is a healing agent. It's something that I've always found to fall back on. It's true. It does dig deep into your soul. And I feel like having experienced something at such a young age that pushed me into music, and music becoming my life path from that point forward has always reminded me of that moment and moments past that where music was that grasp for me.
So talk a little bit about how Sideline got started and how it found its sound.
Sideline got started, and appropriately so, the name Sideline, because all of the guys in the band played with other bands. We all had full-time positions with other groups, and this was a project that we put together just for fun. Some of our groups would take periods of time off, usually in the winter when work is slow, and we would book 6 or 8 performances just as us guys, bringing our energies, bringing our different points of view music-wise to one stage for a handful of shows. And the sound kind of developed out of all of that, I guess you call it diverse backgrounds. Obviously, all of it kind of steeped in bluegrass, but everybody had their own history with the music, and that's what formed, what morphed into what became Sideline's sound. And if you knew the history of all of the musicians that played in the band, you would start to be able to dissect where some of the different pieces came from.
Sure.
And that was back in 2012.
Okay.
When we really started just hitting a few shows, and it caught pretty quick. And eventually we had to come to a decision. Hey, do we go full on with this, or do we back off because it's starting to become a little unmanageable? And eventually it just kind of took off.
Okay. Well, Skip, we've got just a little bit of time left, but I do want to get to the critical issue of the concert that was scheduled here for the Southgate House revival, now been canceled or delayed because of the severe weather. So how can people check out your music in the meantime, maybe online perhaps?
Yeah, that is regrettable, but it's best to keep everybody safe.
Sure.
But in the meantime, yes, you can go to sidelinebg.com and keep up with all of our music there, or all of our tour schedule and everything there. We'll keep that updated with new dates. If you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Sideline Bluegrass, we keep everybody posted up there too. And you can stream our music on iTunes and Spotify and Pandora. Just search for Sideline Bluegrass and you can find everything we've recorded there.
Super. We sure do appreciate you talking to us, Skip. Thank you so much for joining us.